So this past weekend, Ilia Topuria carried Max Holloway, and I think to many proved currently he is the best pound for pound fighter on the earth right now. And people are even talking about him becoming a triple champ. This is how good this guy is. And people have been starting to make tier lists and been starting to discuss who could beat Ilia Topuria because he's just been looking absolutely phenomenal right now. Some have been bringing out the name of Islam Makhachev, some Bilal Muhammad. But those guys are in the upper weight classes. I'm talking about a 145 pounder. And no, it's not Diego Lopez. It's not rematch Volk. It's not Yair Rodriguez. It is Jack Jenkins.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
A 13-3 UFC fighter flying out of Australia. And he's currently 3-1 in the UFC. And his only loss came through a shoulder injury.
When it happened, and did he verbally submit to you whenever you went to the ground?
It's not like he got beat up and got fraud checked. His last fight was against Herbert Burns, where he leg kicked the shit out of Herbert Burns where he couldn't stand up. I know you're probably thinking, my granny could beat up Herbert Burns, which I do agree, your granny could beat up Herbert Burns, but hear me out. So if you watch Ilia Topuria fight, he has one weakness, which is leg kicks. He puts lots of pressure on his front leg, which is susceptible to leg kicks, and also he never checks them. Jack Jenkins fights like a UFC 5 leg kick spammer. Except he throws calf kicks, which would be even harder for you to check than a normal leg kick. And Jack Jenkins' game is built around leg kicks. Every single fight he throws leg kicks, where we have seen Ilia Topuria's opponents in the past have had success with leg kicks, but then they forget that they can throw leg kicks for some reason. Jack Jenkins is probably one of the best leg kickers in the 145-pound division, including Edson Barboza. But Jack Jenkins has better boxing, and maybe his kicks harder nowadays than Edson Barboza. Jack Jenkins kicks really, really hard. And Ilia Topuria, who is heavy on his base, if he takes 4 or 5 of those leg kicks, will be toast. If Ilia Topuria and Jack Jenkins fought, Ilia Topuria would have to mix up with the grappling in order to win. You can't just stay in boxing range too long with Jack Jenkins, because then he can chew up your legs. And Ilia Topuria is so good at entering into boxing range where his opponents give him no threat. But there's a threat with the leg kicks in boxing range. So that would throw Ilia Topuria's game off, and he would be careful about entering into the pocket, which will give Jack Jenkins an opportunity to fight from the outside. Jack Jenkins is also really good at throwing boxing combinations, looking like he's just going to box and then he ends it with a leg kick. So that can definitely throw off his opponents. Also, Jack Jenkins' boxing is really good, so it's not like a guy who just only has leg kicks like Edson Barboza. He can also box with Ilia Topuria as well. And I do believe Ilia Topuria is the better boxer. I'm not saying Jack Jenkins will definitely beat Ilia Topuria. I'm just saying this is the most stylistic... this is the biggest stylistic nightmare for Ilia Topuria in the 145-pound division. But yeah, currently Jack Jenkins is 31 years old and he's not fighting a lot. So probably by the time he gets to the top 5, top 10, Ilia Topuria will probably be fighting in 155. So Jack Jenkins, get on your bike and bloody fight, mate.